What do I say? I never watched the Game Chasers. I'm Jane, I never watched the Game Chasers.
Everyone knows Texas is a big state.
Which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them. Hey, I'm Billy.
And I'm Jay.
We've known each other since the 90s. We've been gamers all our lives.
And now, we're collectors.
Join us on our epic quest to rescue retro games from the dustbins of obscurity.
And give them a proper home. In our game rooms. All right, we just woke up, getting ready to get our day started. Getting up at the crack of noon. We're supposed to be up at about 9, but y'all saw the end of the last episode.
We're just freaking lazy.
We're gonna be meeting a fellow YouTuber named 8-Bit Eric.
The guy is funny. He's one of us. He blends in. The dude just fits right in with both of us. It's like we've known him since the 90s.
Pretty much he fit right in with the rest of us foul-mouthed chuckleheads.
So do you want to suck my nuts? Dude, he should fucking come back. I'm gonna phone his wife because I don't like his gauge tears. Right now there's a fat Chinese kid buying a game here somewhere that we could fucking be buying. Lesbians, they're like the worst cockblocks of all time, dude. Yeah, Zord, whatever the fuck is Zodas. They scared the shit out of me, dude. HEB's a fucking devil though, dude. Fucking Geronimo, a fucking shit sandwich.
There's a lot more cussing in this episode than usual.
Yeah, dude, I got a bad mouth, dude.
F that filthy bastard. We got 8-Bit Eric. Just had lunch. He knows of a place called Open Air Mission Flea Market. He's never been there, and obviously we haven't either, so we're gonna go check that out first.
A little kind of small rundown type of look to it, but you know what? Those are the places you find the games.
Honestly, it looks like our kind of place. It's a little rundown, not a whole lot of people there, but that's perfect for us. Hoping there weren't any resellers there.
So we go in, and one of the first vendors we see has this Genesis, and I think he wants like $10 for it or something.
It sounds like there's keys in it. I don't know. I like to cut them open, dude, and clean them out. Oh shit, that is keys in there.
No, those are like coins or something.
Those are tokens.
I bet you somebody thought it was an arcade machine, was depositing quarters into it.
I don't know what that was about. Maybe his kids got a hold of it or something.
All right, I already see 3 games I want.
Right when we walked in, there was a vendor who had a good number of games up there, and he had NES games, and he was selling them for $3 a piece.
These over here. 3? You do 2?
I was like, well, you do 2 a piece on them. He goes, I'll do 2 if you buy a bunch.
Well, if you take a bunch, yeah.
Eric kind of lit up a little bit and got 5 or 6 games and walked out of there pretty happy, actually. He was pretty happy at $2 a game, so.
This is my kind of place.
Thanks, guys.
If you're in a situation where you see a stack of games on a table and you want to buy 5 or 6 of them, ask the price for just one. Because if you ask the price for all of them up front, they're going to give you some number that you're not going to want to pay. Ask the price of just one. And if the guy says $3 for just one game, then grab the pile and say, okay, well, will you do 2 a piece?
Now that I've seen how to wheel and deal, I think it's going to be interesting to look for more games.
She's got the games.
It's hot, so I'm thirsty, and I go up to the concession stand to get everybody some drinks. And all of a sudden, I hear these 3 knuckleheads behind me, like, freaking out, Jay, and I turn around, I'm like, what? They go, dude, she's got a Tigger suit right here. So I turn to the lady, I was like, how much for the Tigger suit? She's like, $5. I'm like, why aren't y'all buying it then? What is wrong with y'all? You need permission?
We're walking out with a Tigger suit at that point. You see a Tigger suit for $5, you're buying it. No questions asked.
Okay, here's $5, thank you.
Flea market, I got Oakage on the PS2, and I also picked up a box Sega Genesis Aladdin. Paid $3. I just didn't really see anything else that I wanted.
There was a lot of good finds there. For some reason, they were closing down a little bit earlier, so I wish we would have had the chance to shop around more because it looked like there was some good deals there. It's just, I guess, the Easter weekend.
I can't complain. I picked up Paperboy in 64 for $3, and I got a Tigger suit for $5.
Stuffed Mario, Kid Cool, Dragon Spirit, Captain Skyhawk, Marble Madness, and Fazanadu. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Faxanadu?
Yeah, Faxanadu.
And you paid $2 a piece for all of them, didn't you?
Yeah, you also forgot to get your Sega Genesis.
I didn't forget.
You just chose not to.
I chose not to.
See, like, not even 2 minutes away, and there's another pawn shop right there.
Cash America.
Why?
I'll be right back.
Oh.
If they have anything, I'll come get you.
That's weird.
Stay in the car. What are you doing? Stay in the car.
It's like a drug raid, dude.
Go see if they have anything.
Oh shit, it looks like they do, dude. Just along with the DVDs right there.
Dude, pawn shops,
Yeah.
you know, you got thrift stores, you got
Yeah.
it. One of my best scores was I found about 40 games at a Salvation Army and paid $1 a piece for them.
Like right now I'm like on an NES phase and then an Atari phase.
Right.
But then I'm like, fuck, I need to get more Super Nintendo games because I only have like 20 of those.
Right.
I'm like, I need to get them.
Well, see, like Super Nintendo games, I've only got about 40.
Okay, I had nothing. We're going to another place that Eric says that he goes to a lot to find his Nintendo games, and that's called Propaganda Palace.
I think it's one of the best ones in San Antonio.
Off to Propaganda Palace, Eric swears by this place. There is a ton of video games here. I mean, it's like a mini game over.
He had a lot of stuff. He had Gyromite in the box, he had a Rob Odyssey games, he had Vectrex games. I've been looking for Vectrex games, so that was kind of cool.
They have almost anything you could think of there. I've been there a few times. It's one of my favorite places to shop. I mostly go for the $5 games for the NES.
You mind if I open this up?
No, go ahead. You got the buttons, the colored buttons, the
How much
two
is
spinning
this?
tops, the hands, the motor, everything.
How much is this?
By itself, I'd probably do about $1 for one in the box complete like that. You don't see these things, man.
No, I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, they're way rare. Nobody took care of them. Nobody kept them.
Actually, I picked up a Rob, just the robot, for 20 the other day.
That's a steal.
Yeah.
They go for about 100 to 120.
But I don't have any of the
You don't have the
accessories.
accessories.
The owner, AJ, really cool dude.
He answers every question that you ask. He'll talk about games, talk about anything. He'll just sit there and, you know, shoot the breeze with you about video games.
When I was born, video games were just barely getting going. The very first video game machine was out, the Magnavox Odyssey.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in 1975, when I'm 3 years old, my dad, who's been a salesman his whole life, starts working for some unknown company called Atari. Nobody knows who Atari is. He had one of those Pong machines in a bag, and he'd go from electronics shop to TV store and all that, and he'd be selling. So a few years later, when I was old enough, they got me one of those for Christmas. They had just come out that Christmas, 1977. They were new, and dude, I was in heaven. I mean, that was the greatest time I ever had in my life.
It's like, I know the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is the same as
I didn't really find anything that I was interested in getting. It just seems like every game that I asked about was kind of a little bit more than I was willing to pay. Had a lot of awesome stuff, and it's just one of those places that if you're looking for a certain game, just go in and get it, have it in your hand. You get to test it out right there. He lets you play the games, so you know they work.
I picked up Kung Fu and Guerrilla War. Never played this one. Played that one, $5 each.
Good for him.
Leaving Propaganda Palace, Eric got a few things. Most everything I saw I wanted a little out of my price range, so walked out empty-handed. We're going to another game over video games here in San Antonio.
Wow. I used to DJ, so I was...
Tell them where you DJ'd.
Yeah. And
Our buddies?
Yeah.
Wow. How'd I fucking know?
I don't know.
Jay used to work at a male strip club.
Go ahead and laugh. I got laid all the time, so...
It doesn't count when it's dudes, though.
Wow. What was her name? Amanda?
We never like to go into a store cameras blazing.
You filming? Mm-hmm. So we just we went to GameStop and kind of got busted filming.
We always like to call in ahead and say, can we come in and shoot? And we called the San Antonio's Game Over store there and asked them if we could come in. And they said no, unlike the Austin store who said, all right.
As soon as I walked in the door, I took 3 steps and noticed that they had one of the rarest Nintendo games out there. It was a Myriad 6-in-1 cartridge.
He said, dude, get over here. I went over there, I checked it out, and it was amazing, man, because, you know, how often are you gonna see something like that in person? It was really cool.
Pure gold.
I saw $9.99, and my first reaction was $9.99.
They wouldn't let us film, but they did agree to let us take a couple of still shots of the Myriad cartridge. One of our cameramen is a little shady, so when he's supposed to be taking still shots, he actually had video rolling, so good job, Dodongo.
Was actually marked $999, and at that point I breathed a sigh of relief knowing that he wasn't gonna get that game.
$1,000 was just, just a hair over what I could afford, so wasn't walking out of there with it.
Unfortunately, I can't pay $999 for a game. I don't even like spending $20 on a game.
If I win the lottery, I'm gonna go buy that game just to rub it in y'all's face.
Just remember, never pay retail. If you can avoid paying retail, do not do it.
We should just ask the manager, who do we gotta sleep with around here and get that price on shit.
All right, man, we're gonna drop you off, man. It's good hanging out.
Been a long day, found a couple things, but time to turn in. Going back to the hotel, starting fresh tomorrow. Why are you shaking your head?
Day 1 in San Antonio. Fruitful for Eric.
This is 8-bit Eric's backyard. These games are mine. I got the Nintendo power. How ridiculous do these guys look?
I didn't really get anything, but there's always day 2. And tomorrow, that's when I shine. I always shine on day 2s. It's a little thing that I have. I see no reason why I can't continue.
You said you better not wake up with Daryl in your bed, right?
Right.
Okay. I asked the dude behind the counter, I was like, let me see that. He pulls it out and shook it around a little bit. We basically got topless, amongst other things.